Yo guys, what's going on? It's Kyle here at FormalityGamers, and yeah, it's been quite a very long time since there's been an upload from me, but yeah, I've just had a lot of problems with my computer this recently, which just made me unable to do recordings and such as. But I can honestly say it's back up and running, and it is running like an absolute beast. So I'm quite happy with that, and I'm quite confident in starting to record myself now. So to kick things off, I'm going to be starting a new series. As you can see, I'm on City Skylines, and I've been playing around with this game, like obviously off camera, not recording and such as, just to get familiar with it. And I can honestly say it is quite a good little game. So if you guys want to pick it up, it's quite cheap, and for anyone who likes city building games, obviously this game is just absolutely amazing. So right, let's start off with islands. I like the sound of that, and what we'll call this is Formality City. Yeah, right. So as you can see here, natural resources. These are the obviously natural resources that you can mine from, and the forestry being really high. And we've got 60% building area to start off with, which is relatively good, because obviously you want for the starting area, you do want a kind of spacious place to start building your city. So hopefully this will load up relatively quick. Nearly there, guys. So yeah, City Skylines, it's been out for, I don't know, it's managed to pick it up for myself, and to be honest, I really regret not getting it sooner. And unfortunately, it's not out on consoles yet, so for all you console players, you cannot have the satisfaction of building cities just yet. And I'll say just yet because there is rumours and talks that they are adding ports to support consoles, which is really, it's quite good, and I might even get Luke to pick it up for his Xbox One or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, so here we have our nice area to start off with. We've got two rivers to start building, obviously our water pumps to get our water supply. When you're building the city, the first three things you need to do is your road layout for your districts and such as. You need to get a water supply and an electric supply. They're the three main things you need to do. So what we'll do is my mouse had a little spasm then. Right. What we'll do is we'll build two roads coming all the way up, and what I was planning is having our industrial area over here and having our residential area, so all of our houses, buildings, for shops and such as over this side, to keep it separated, because the industrial area gives off a lot of crap really, and it will make our residents unhappy and move out, and that's what we really don't want when obviously we're building a city to expand on. So we have two roads in. We'll make these one way, so one way coming in, one way going out, and we'll upgrade these right now. Is that the right way? Yep, that is. Is that the right way? And now it is. Yep. What we'll do is, I've seen this method before, and it's actually a really good method, is you build outwards from here at an angle, and that seems alright. So obviously you can go straight on to go to the residential area, and for all the trucks and such as for your resources, we'll cut off to the right and obviously deliver your resources to your factories and such as. And right, so now we've got that part done. What I might do actually is make this symmetrical. So I'll bring this out this side. It is about there. Yeah, that looks quite good. I like that. I'm digging it. So what we'll do is, this is one way as well. So what we can do, we'll make this one way, which it already is. That's good, but we need to swap it out because this is obviously for the way out. There we go. As you can see, the arrows are pointing up for the out, and this is them coming in. And what we can do is we'll bring this road up a bit more. Yeah, we'll bring this road a bit more up. I'd say to about there. Maybe. Nah, that's a bit too far. That's a bit too far. That seems alright there. So what we'll do is, so down here guys, you have your little tools. You can make a curved road, a freeform road, or a straight road. And what you've been seeing me doing is obviously straight roads where it's just nice and straight. And for here, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building a roundabout. So obviously you can go in your different directions from your industry to your residential, and so on and so forth. So what we'll do is we'll bring this out and we'll make this a nice little angle. And once we unlock the highway, because there's a nice little trick you can do when building these type of roundabouts, because once you get a high density populated city, you're going to have a lot of traffic flow. So road management is really key, so you don't get backups and traffic jams and such as, because this game's UI, well, AI is actually quite smart, and they do use the roads properly to where they want to go. But unfortunately, saying that, there is, if you don't do your buildings right, well, not buildings, your roads right, it can cause a lot of havoc, and your residents don't like that, and if they get caught up with traffic jams, they do end up moving out. So that is something to look out for. So we want there. So it was about there. Nope, didn't get it right again. Do you know what? Actually, I don't even know why I'm trying to do it the hard way. What we can do is and then straight road, join them two up, and make this one way, obviously, because we want it to be a roundabout, so we don't want people going back on themselves, because that would be quite disastrous. Right, so wrong way, one way, da da da. Yep, that's all going the right way, that's good. And what we could do is 4-lane road coming out from here. So as I was saying guys, talking about the traffic jams and such as, what we can do is once we unlock this highway road, we can upgrade this road into highway, and we'll upgrade all these roads down here up to highway, because what happens with highway is, you know what happens on a highway, you can drive like relatively fast. There's no messing about really, is there? So we can upgrade this, make the traffic flow really quickly. Another problem is, it luckily hasn't happened right now, but it might start happening as we build roads expanding off the roundabout, obviously. But traditionally you get traffic lights, and that road's the wrong way. But you do get traffic lights at these roundabouts, and you don't want that, because it will back up, and it will back up very quickly. As you can see, this road isn't really the longest and the longest you could ever see, so you do want the traffic flow to be relatively quick, so the traffic can get to point A to B really quickly. So keeping it flowing is really the key point, and traffic lights will stop that. So what we'll do is over here, this is going to be our residential zone, obviously, industrial zone. So we've got our main parts here. So we obviously know residential, industrial. For now, we do not want too many roads around the industrial, as the demand right here, you get 3 demands. You get the shops, which is commercial, the industry, which is offices, your factories and coal plants and your electricity plants and such as, and you get your housing, which is residential. Right off the start, obviously people want to move in, so the highest demand is housing. Then it gets to commercial and then industry. So we're not going to be focused on making our industry area really big, so right off the bat. So what we'll do is we'll make a little grid. Yeah, we'll do it about this big. Yeah, that seems okay. And what we could do, so traffic doesn't always come back on itself, we'll make this one way, and we'll make this one way, and then this could be 2-way. Yeah, that seems okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So what we'll do now is we'll get our electricity So I'm gonna go with the coal power plant. Yeah, it gives off noise pollution and pollution, but our residents will not be close to it, so it's not really that bad. And it also gives off the highest amount. So here it gives off power outputs 40 megawatts, whereas the wind turbine goes from 0 to 8. And the reason why it's 0 to 8 is you have to see where you can put your wind turbine. The dark patches is where you can get the most out of your wind turbines. So here you get 7 megawatts, 6 and 5, and it goes downhill from there. About 5 over here, 7 over here. So really, for what you're paying, 6,000 for only like a few megawatts is not really ideal. So what we'll do is we'll put our coal power plant here. The reason why we put our coal power plant right next to this road here, because you're going to think, wait, what are you doing? It's a very busy road. Is simply because right off the bat you cannot mine. You have to wait a very long time before you can start mining on this game. I haven't even got to the stage myself, so it'll be a new experience for me, obviously recording for you guys, me getting to the mining stages. So you got outside connections, and when you got a coal power plant, the outside connections obviously need to get to the coal power plant to refuel it and such as. And if there is no easy way to get to the coal power plant, they will not deliver your resources, and that could be quite bad. Well, it will be bad because you won't get electricity because you've got no coal. So me putting a coal power plant there, the outside connections, the trucks will come in straight there, drop off the fuel, come back out, and off they go. Easy, 1 2 3. So we got our main electricity, and what we need to do is we need to put our water pumps in and our draining pump. So we need to see what flow. So the water comes down this way and goes down there, which is, yeah, that's quite good. For the water, you need to obviously see what direction the water flows in, because if you have your pump this side and your draining pump that side, the water's going to obviously flow, and all your sewage is going to go straight to your pump, ain't it? So your residents are going to get poisoned and sick, and the rest of it are going to get unhappy and move out. So always look at the diagram, not diagram, but look at the flow of water and see which way you need to put your pumps. You need to put your water pump, main water pump, further upstream, and your draining pump not too far away, because obviously you're starting off. You don't want to use too much money and resources like water pipes and electric to power on. So obviously you need to connect them for the water sourcing, and we need to take this into the city and over to our residential zone. And what you can see here, guys, is you see how you got the main green line there. That's obviously what I'm building, and the big blue area around these pumps is the water coverage for that area. So all this here, all this and all this is covered by water. So I could build anything and they'll be happy because they're getting the water supply. If I build outside the blue area, which you'll see, they'll demand water, and if you don't get water to them, they will move out, because obviously every house needs water and drainage system. So always keep in mind that this blue area is your water coverage, and you do need to build your houses within this area to keep your residents happy, because if you don't, they will move out and you won't have any people in your city. So we've got our industrial bit put in, we've got our electricity, but we need to build our houses before we feed our electricity over. So what we will do is we'll do what we've done with the industrial part, and we will build like a grid type of method. And what we could do is we could build it down from there. We'll redo this to see how far it goes. See, that was okay, so I really wasted my time destroying that, but oh wow. And what we can do is we can bring this over 3. I'm happy with that, and we can have our main avenue here, and we can have our roads go up here. Oh wow, that went a bit funky. And let's get it right this time. Yeah. That isn't lined up. There we go. Right, so we don't want this road here being one way. As you can see, it's one way, so obviously the residents over here will not be able to get out and they won't be happy with that. So what we do is we'll upgrade these roads here, and that one's already done. Yeah, these roads are, yeah, they're okay. And what we'll do is, just for the sake of getting more people in, is we'll build more this way and this way. Wow, I messed up there, didn't I? How far does that go, actually? Right, okay, so this road here is messed up. Why won't you be? There we go, and now we've done that properly. We should have, yeah, there we go, now it's fairly even. So now we've got our nice little residential block to start off with. And we've got our industry block. What is left to do now is get our electricity feed. So we'll use these power lines. And the same situation here, guys. The blue area is basically your coverage for where your electricity is being produced. there is one difference between the electricity and water there. With this, if I build a building here, if a building gets built here first, this road's weird as well. That road ain't straight either. I'll have to redo that one. Oh wait, no, it's just because it's on the slope, I think. I don't know, I'll redo it anyway. But, so this is your electricity coverage. If a building gets built here, the electricity spreads over throughout that building. And if you have a whole colony of buildings, you won't have to worry about putting power lines down, because the electricity will spread between the buildings, which is relatively good because you don't have to spend money obviously putting power lines down everywhere. However, when you got something over here that needs power and buildings aren't going to reach towards that, so you will need to obviously put power lines down. There and there. And there to there. And the electricity power line does not necessarily have to always connect to the power plant. You can have it like link it from here to here. As long as there's power going towards one of these, it will carry on feeding through. And that's a good thing about obviously City Skylines. But unfortunately you cannot do this with water, so bear this in mind. The electricity does not quite work the same as water, so you can't just place down electricity hoping for it to like cover and stuff. Water, I mean. So what we'll do is we'll quickly fix this radio and then we'll start zoning. No, I think it's generally because it's on the slope. Right, let's start this again. That's where it's wrong, there. From there to there, that needs to be. I don't know why it wasn't snapping properly, but there you go. So now that is done properly, what we'll do is we'll carry on this road here. Just to see whether this is right. Yep, that's okay. Right, now this will indefinitely build a proper grid. There we go, now it's all even. Even Stevens. Would you say that's halfway? Yeah. No. Yeah, there we go. Right. We'll make these one ways here. Right, so they are one ways, that's good then, and we'll make this one way, going that way, and we'll make this one way going that way. Right, okay, and we'll make this one way going that way. Right, that's okay then. Right, that's good. And in fact, what we'll do is we'll upgrade this road and this road to like that. And we'll draw this to there. Is there any... No, there's no traffic lights. Oh, that's good then. Well, there is stop signs, which means it will stop the traffic flow. So we have £4 grand, well, £5 grand to spare. But that unfortunately is going to get spent on these power lines getting over towards our residential zone. So now we will start zoning. So obviously green is our residential zone, commercial zone and our industry. And as I explained earlier in the video, depending on how much is demanded is how much these 3 bars fill up. So the green is residential, blue is commercial, orange is industry, and you always want to keep these low as possible, because if there's high demand your residents get unhappy and they will move out. So we'll build residential in these 6 zones here. We'll use commercial here, even though there's no demand for commercial, but once your residents start moving in and building houses and such as, you will start getting demand for commercial. So we will build the commercial and we will build industry, so they obviously are happy right away. And what we'll do is we'll do that, we'll do that, and we'll do that. So our industry is going to be built whenever it's needed. Yeah, so what we can do, and what I've done guys is I've paused the time. You press spacebar to pause the time, and whenever you create a new city you want to pause it straight away, because if you keep the city running while you build your layouts and you run your electricity through your city, you do start losing money. At the moment I haven't started losing money because I did pause it straight away. And don't worry guys, straight away you will have a negative income, because obviously you've got no houses to bring your taxes in, you've got no shops to bring your money in. So don't worry and don't panic and don't, yeah, so just, it's natural, it will happen, you will start losing money. So what we can do is, I'm quite happy with that. What we might do in fact is put housing there, and how far are we away? We've got loads. Is our water covering all this area? No, it's not. So okay. So now our water's covering all there, our water's covering there, our electricity is there, so hopefully these shops will start get building straight away and your electricity will spread over and we will start playing. Right, so what's going to get built first? Nothing's going to get built, so what we can do is we'll times 3. Oh, here's our houses. Oh look, they're starting to build really fast now. What we can do is we'll go in cinematic view and we watch our houses build. Look at that. Oh, our first set of commercial shops here and here. Our housing's starting to build from the side. Yeah, our houses are starting to use all of the 6 zones, which is good. They didn't start off building in one area. This zone needs to get filled up a bit more though. I'm liking it. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll pause. And as you can see, I'm in the minus straight away. And all of our demand for houses, look, no demand whatsoever for housing, because all of the housing that was needed at the time has been built. So what is happening is there is demand for industry, and we've already started missing out on it, but our factories are starting to get built already, which is good. Getting some very big factories here and here. Right, yep, here's our first truck. There you go, went straight to the fueling and he's off out. Alright, this is good. We're starting to get our money back. Right, this is good. I'm liking it. Right. To make your money straight away, when you do build your power line and your water sources, it does give you too much for what you need at the restart. So what you can do is you click this economy tab and you can budget what you have. So what we'll do is we'll turn our water down to 50% and we'll turn maybe our electricity down to 75%. And what this does, it saves you money because you're not putting 100% of your budget into electricity budget, shall I say. You're not putting 100% cut towards your electricity and 100% cut towards your water, because you don't need to put that much money into it just yet, because you've got a small city. So what we'll do is we've got that sorted and we'll connect that off, and you can see the money is dropping straight away from the minuses, and we will start gaining money. Oh, I was going to say, why are they asking for sewage? Because the sewage is there. Oh, we've hit a milestone. Sweet. So we can buy ourselves an elementary school, a medical clinic and a landfill site. That's good, because we want obviously our lovely residents to be educated. So what we'll do is we'll pause here, and I think we will leave it here for this episode, guys, because we've been, yeah, 30-minute episode, quite a long one. But yeah, so it's the starting of our city, and it's day in glory at night time. Look at all these lights from all the houses, our happy residents. But yeah, guys, so this is the starting of our new city and a new series, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, comment, like, subscribe, and I will be doing many more videos on building our city and expanding. And if you guys have any ideas or anything you want me to do for our wonderful city, then just drop it down in the comments and we'll see what you guys come up with. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys next time.